Okie dokie.
Oh, is that your intro? Are we
No.
doing this?
No, I mean, it could be an intro. I'll be honest with you, after the intro, what I need to do is talk about my last two intros for the last two podcasts, which you refused to edit properly, but...
Just like I refused to edit properly this one. So, we're in it. Let's go.
Because I want to be clear, both times I started the episode, I'm like, hey, I want to make this joke that's a reference to an earlier episode, and you were like, nah, I ain't gonna let you, if you fuck it up, I ain't gonna let you do a second take. And then you refused to put the edit in that I wanted to describe, it's fine.
Funny how a fever will get in the way of that.
It's very inconsiderate of you, Nathan. I'll be honest with you. Stay within like the 98 degree range that you... Do we have to write a contract? Do we have to like really hammer this thing out?
I'm doing this for free, man. Alright? But anyway, today we are adding a new game to the list. Just one game.
We only covered one game this week.
We did. And that game is Marvel vs. Capcom 2, specifically the home console version on the Xbox.
I hate said home console version.
Yes, because there is an arcade machine, and we do have an emulator with that version on the Xbox as well.
That's true. It's just the idea of saying home console as if like there's consoles abroad, you know?
They're called arcade machines.
They have a different name.
Anyway, so we ended up doing 2 episodes.
We did.
One episode being single player, and then the second episode being multiplayer. So we played, I'd say probably about collectively like an hour, hour and a half. We'll probably end up cutting a little bit of it down. Because, full disclosure, we haven't edited those videos as of recording this podcast.
I mean, to be fair, we thought we had lost one of the videos before this podcast, and luckily we're able to find it again.
Yeah, luckily, I don't know how it ended up in another folder, but I found it.
So
crisis averted, although I was a whiny little cunt for the rest of that night, thinking we lost a whole episode.
Yeah, you were tired too.
Yeah, oh, dude, it was fuck. Anyway, no
hey, personal business aside, okay?
So, how do you feel about it? Where do you,
Marvel's Capcom 2 to me is a game that I had not a lot of expectation going in. It's one of the things I talk about during the episode, but I'll reiterate here rather briefly. I'm trying to go through more of a learning stage with fighting games, rather than just, picking up and button mashing, actually trying to learn something. The last time we played, I was trying to focus on getting better timing for quarter circle moves with my left thumb. This time around, I was trying to figure out a better idea to get, like, not actual combos, but at least, like, hits and follow-up hits and confirms and things like that. I don't know, I'm trying to cultivate some fighting game skills, and I'm surprised that this one seems to be, like, clicking in a weird way, in certain regards. I don't really have that happen with fighting games very often, so it definitely makes me feel very incentivized to keep playing it, and I do want to keep playing it because it's a ton of fun.
Yeah.
So I think for that reason, I'm going to put it on number 4 on my list, just above Bushido Blade and just under Red Dead Revolver. The only thing holding it back from being higher is something I've talked about in the past, multiplayer, right? This is a game that I could play by myself and maybe practice on, but I don't think I'd even want to. I think I'd rather have the learning experience with you, playing with you actively, right?
Right.
I don't want to grind this game by myself and come back when we sit down and it's not fun anymore, right?
Like you tend to be a little bit better than I would, or me vice versa, with how I feel about N64 games. I'm so much better than most people I know.
I agree with that sentiment exactly, and it's one of the reasons why I have enjoyed this game so much, because you didn't have much experience with it.
No,
I had no experience with it.
I came into the series at Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which, having played that and going back to 2 plays so much different than 3, and we will get to 3 at some point.
3 will be interesting, because I have played 3 a couple times and have not found any success in that game whatsoever.
Yeah, 3 is a lot faster paced.
Yeah.
But I guess for me, like I said, having come to 3 first, where you have come to learn 2 first.
Yeah. Or at least find something that worked with 2 first. Because you have your own team in 3 that works pretty well for you.
I do, and then the problem there is I tried to bring some of those people over.
And they don't play the same.
They don't play the same at all.
Yeah, that is a problem you do run into sometimes.
But the controls are super tight. We are playing with the Street Fighter Anniversary Fight Pads, I want to reiterate.
Which is really nice, actually.
Yes, because they have better D-pads, because whether you use the Duke or the Controller S, the D-pads, I don't find much success when it comes to fighting games using those.
Yeah.
So we're using like $40 controllers. that are hard to find.
Which are sweet, and they have a holographic image
They
on
do.
it where you tilt it in different directions and you see different things. It's totally rad.
Yeah, I'll throw a picture up of what we're using, but that being said, I don't know that I accurately described why I like this game, but let me tell you where I'm going to put it and tell you why I'm putting it in that spot.
I'd love to know.
I'm putting it at my number 3.
Hell yeah.
Under Bushido Blade and above Dark Watch.
That's so funny that I put it just above Bushido Blade and you put it just under Bushido Blade.
Right. Reason being, why I decided to put it there. Obviously, I'd rather play that than Dark Watch and
Right.
Bushido Blade rather than that.
Yeah.
But with Dark Watch, it was a cool concept. Hold on. Now I'm sitting here looking at the list, and I'm actively talking about it.
I mean, it's all about opinion, baby.
Yeah, I thought I had the spot, but
Put on anything in cap. It's all right.
oh yeah, no, we're sitting in silence while I ponder. No, I think I'm going to keep it there because Dark Watch I think is a cool concept that is a little sloppy
Yeah.
towards the end,
That doesn't quite nail the execution.
where I think Bushido Blade is a little more accessible than Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And it's a lot easier to get a group together to play. The matches are a lot faster. You don't have to learn as much combos or character interactions.
Assists and, you know,
Yeah.
one of the things that I don't think I even talked about was...
Like, that's not to say there's no depth in Bushido Blade, but it's a much more accessible game
Yeah.
without knowing that depth, where Marvel vs. Capcom is like... There's so much you have to take into account with, like, you have to build your own team of 3 people and then learn how those 3 people have synergy with each other. There's a lot you have to figure out, where Bushido Blade is just easy to pick up and play. But I also think Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is a much better game than any game below on this list right now. I think it blows away God of War. I think it's a much tighter experience than God of War. Obviously Black. Rule of Rose has a cool story. Mario Kart is trash. I'm sorry.
I think it's funny that the more you talk about Mario Kart, the more you talk ill of it, and yet it's still not at the bottom of your list.
Yeah, no, it's weird. I also tend to use a little bit of hyperbole, but
a little bit.
Little bit. Yeah. Again, I'm starting to ramble. I think I made a solid point. I don't need to make it 4 times over.
I think I see where you're coming from. I'm happy because I think this lands pretty relative to your and I's opinion. Pretty close to each other. I'll be honest with you, this game has been some of the most fun I've had with gaming recently. You always have those, games that you're playing with friends or whatever that you do all the time. Like, those can be fun. But this was a new gaming experience that I've had that I really had a lot of fun playing with you. And even Jamal, when we had him over and he was playing as well.
But that is the first time we decided to play it, was that gaming night that we've been referencing.
Yeah. And this was really exciting for me. Like I said, the only thing that kept it back from the top spot, in my opinion, is the fact that it is multiplayer. It's something that I don't want to play by myself and grind because I'm going to get better than you. Or, even if it's not better, I'm still... That's not the experience I'm looking for in this, to be more clear. So, yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with where it landed. I'm happy that we tend to agree on some things and vastly disagree on other things. The 2 lists definitely was a good idea when you came up with it.
Yeah, and I'm really not saying a whole lot about this game other than, it's fun. I like it, because neither of us are fighting game experts.
I couldn't even figure out how to switch characters.
I still don't know how to switch characters.
You did it one time by accident. And you were like, damn it, I wanted Cammy to be my anchor.
Well, it's worth stating that we don't own this game physically. We're playing it in the modded Xbox that we have.
Right.
So we're playing on original hardware, but we don't have the manual. Now, could we have looked up a PDF? You're goddamn right we could have. Did we?
Nah, not really.
Nah, we're not going to do that. But, the way that switching characters out here is like doing quarter circles and then hitting a button, whereas 3, you have dedicated assist buttons, where if you tap, it does their assist attack, and if you tap and hold it, you swap the character.
I didn't even know that. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's, in my opinion, it's a more clean way
that is clean.
Of bringing assist characters out.
Yeah.
But long story short, fun game, well made. I think it's better made than any game below it.
I think we're definitely playing a lot more of it. Whether that's all going to be on the channel or not is still up for debate. But you'll be seeing it again, and we'll probably be talking about it again.
I think so. All right. Well, probably one of our messier, less coherent episodes, but just one game to talk about. It may have been that we were drinking while playing it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I might have had a couple drinks,
Doesn't ring a bell.
maybe two. I can't remember.
You know what? Anything over the number 3, and I get confused.
It's almost as like your memory just runs away from you.
What's that?
What?
Huh?
Bye.